Do-it-yourself (DIY) projects are a great way to save money, unleash creativity, and add personal touches to your home or life. However, sometimes people take the DIY spirit to extremes, leading to questionable decisions or downright absurd results. Here are the top 10 times people took DIY too far, proving that while creativity knows no bounds, a little bit of caution can go a long way. 1. Homemade hovercraft. One DIY enthusiast decided to build a hovercraft in their garage, using an old lawnmower engine and some makeshift materials. While the result did technically float, it was far from functional. The contraption was unpredictable, often veering off course and frightening its creator more than they expected. It turns out, making a hovercraft is far trickier than it looks, and a few YouTube tutorials don't substitute for professional engineering. 2. Duct tape car repair. When a car owner noticed a minor crack in their car's bumper, they decided to fix it with duct tape instead of going to the mechanic. What started as a small DIY solution quickly escalated into an entire bumper covered in layers of duct tape, rendering the car both hilariously ugly and potentially unsafe. While duct tape can work wonders in a pinch, this one went a little too far. 3. DIY surgery. In a shocking case, a person took their desire for self-sufficiency to a horrifying level by attempting to remove a cyst from their own skin at home. Armed with a basic first aid kit and an unhealthy dose of overconfidence, they tried to perform the procedure using YouTube tutorials. Needless to say, the DIY surgery ended poorly, requiring professional medical attention and a stern warning about the dangers of unqualified home procedures. 4. Homemade roller coaster. An ambitious DIYer decided to build a roller coaster in their backyard using wood, scrap metal, and a lot of imagination. While the structure did look impressive from afar, it turned out to be more of a disaster than an amusement ride. After the first test run, the roller coaster proved to be dangerous, unsafe, and far from thrilling. No amount of DIY can replace the precision of engineers when it comes to creating amusement park rides. 5. DIY indoor pool. In an attempt to create their own private swimming pool, one person decided to dig a hole in their basement and line it with plastic sheeting. What seemed like a fun, inexpensive project quickly turned into a flood when the makeshift pool began leaking. The entire basement was damaged, and the DIY pool turned out to be more of a nightmare than a dream. 6. Handmade electric guitar. While creating a personalized electric guitar can be an exciting project, one overly ambitious individual took it a step too far by assembling an entire instrument using scrap wood and parts from various other sources. The result? A guitar that was unplayable and practically impossible to tune. Sometimes, it's best to leave the complex electronics and craftsmanship to professionals. 7. Home-built treehouse mansion. Taking the concept of a simple treehouse to the extreme, one DIYer constructed an elaborate, multi-level treehouse complete with plumbing, electricity, and even a working elevator. While the ambition was admirable, the structure was woefully unstable, resulting in an unsafe, and ultimately uninhabitable, treehouse mansion. The over-the-top project became a lesson in knowing when to call in professional help for something this complex. 8. DIY plumbing disaster. In an effort to save money on plumbing repairs, one homeowner decided to fix a leaky pipe by himself. Using a combination of cheap materials, duct tape, and a lack of experience, he caused a massive flooding issue that required not only professional plumbing services but also significant water damage repairs. It's safe to say that some things are better left to the experts. 9. Homemade skyscraper model. A particularly daring individual decided to build an ambitious scale model of a skyscraper in their living room, using cardboard, glue, and a collection of old soda cans. While the model looked impressive at first glance, it quickly became apparent that the structure was far too fragile to stand for long. The skyscraper toppled within hours, causing a mess of cardboard and shattered cans that was far from the architectural masterpiece they envisioned. 10. DIY rocket launch. In what may be the most extreme case of DIY enthusiasm, one individual attempted to build and launch a homemade rocket from their backyard. Using recycled materials and an online guide, they managed to get the rocket off the ground, but it didn't end well. The launch was uncontrollable, leading to a fiery explosion and the loss of the rocket. While it was certainly an ambitious endeavor, it proved that some DIY projects are best left to experts with proper training. These instances show that while the DIY spirit can be fun and rewarding, it's essential to recognize when a project is veering into dangerous or absurd territory. Always know your limits, and remember, Sometimes the best DIY project is knowing when to hire a professional.